Chris. Thanks for joining me on my next project. And after the last project with the German-themed Advent Astra, we're now going back to my favourite country for car culture. They have so many different types of car cultures over in Japan. It's fantastic. I wish one day I could be hopeful to maybe be able to get over there and experience some of it in person. But for now, I will have to stick to watching it all on YouTube, seeing it on Instagram, and building some of my favourite subjects in 1/24 scale. So yeah, this project, it's something a bit different. A Civic. Now, I've wanted to build a Civic for quite a few years, especially after Scale Riders, Edgar 65 Lokes. He actually built a blacked out Kanjozoku style Civic a while back. It was just all black with a big white scale rider on the side of it, if I remember correctly. And for those who are unfamiliar with the Kanjozoku, the Kanjo style of car culture, it's basically just a lot of Civics all racing around at night on the highways and things like that. Yeah, it's obviously you get different types, but yeah, it's mostly Civics. So this kit for me was perfect because it's a track car, which means it's got a stripped out interior, it's got a roll cage, and it's going to be perfect for that Kanjo style, especially with the wheels. Very typical, you know, you see this quite often, you know, 5-spoke, 4-spoke, whatever. But there's a nice little bit of box art on there on this Beemax kit. Some of you might say, oh, you should be building it as the race car, but to be honest, I just want to build it how I'm going to enjoy it. It's a really good kit. I mean, we've got quite a few decent parts. A lot of the windows, they'll attach from the outside, nice and crystal clear. You've got some really good looking chrome parts. These will stay in the kit chrome because they're just headlights and the wing mirrors. I'm not going to strip them, I'm not going to repaint them, they're just going to go straight in and be done with. We've got the rubber tyres, got a bit of mesh, we've got some poly caps. What else we've got? Yeah, we've got the layout of the decals for the race live if he was going to do that. But me, nope. So, I've got quite a bit in here in front of me. This is just the chassis. I'm undecided because I basically want it a bit of a quick build, something enjoyable. So far, what am I doing? I'm recording this on a Sunday. I started it last Sunday. I did spend 3 nights having to fix a few issues I caused, unfortunately. I tend to find what happens is when I'm quite excited for a build, the more excited I am, the more mistakes I make. And I made quite a few mistakes on the body, but I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, the chassis plate, it's all been painted in here, Mr. Surfacer. Undecided if I'm going to detail it or leave it, because once it's in the case, you're not going to see it. So that's one of the questions as such. But I have done some bits of detailing. Like I've been using some of the Pro Scale Paints metallics. For example, I've got this stainless steel on the exhaust. Same again on some of the suspension and the hubs. I just need to paint the springs on these. Surface on the wing mirrors. I mean, you've got your subframes and steering axle, you know. So, what's this? I don't know if it's a gearbox or something. That was, I can't remember if it was bright aluminium or stainless steel, but I popped a little bit of panel line on it just to add a bit of definition to some of the lines. But yeah, it's mostly steel, aluminium, surface of black. And I think these are the fuel caps either side. Bright aluminium, and then drop some panel line washing there, and yeah, so it's very little to detail up on those. You see a lot. I've not even opened these decal sheets, but some lovely colours on there. One of my favourite bits to see in a kit is masks, and pre-cut masks at that. Thank you, Beemax, for providing me some joy. I hate building my own masks. Making my own mask building. Yeah, I hate making my own masks. So it's always nice to see these. And then the booklet. It's a really nice booklet actually. It's not too big. but it's well laid out, nice and clear. And then go through it. So there's not too much to this, but yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this. Like I say, it's got this stripped out interior, which is quite apt for the style of build I'm going to go for with this. But yeah, not many steps at all. It's not a bad thing. It's just nice to sometimes I like to have a quick build, and this is definitely up there as a quick build. It would have been even quicker if it weren't for this bad weather we're having in the UK at the minute. It's really windy. To the point if I open my window, it'll probably take the window off its hinges. So I'm just waiting for the wind to die down so I can get carried on, do a bit more work, like such as I've got the interior and the roll cage and the bucket seat. I want to get it all primed in white, and then I'm going to go with textured yellow for the seat, something different. I'm going to go for a yellow for the roll cage and the brake calipers. As for the brake calipers, actually, the brakes, get them in zoom. So they've been painted in bright aluminium. I'm going to mask off the rotors and the caliper, and I'm going to paint the centre of the disc, the hub as such, in antique gold. And like I said, I'm going to paint the caliper in that yellow to match the roll cage, because they're going to be very visible behind the wheels. They're very open wheels with the 5 and 4 spokes. The dashboard, it's not got too much going on, but most of that will be in surface of black, and then it'll just be this shoulder bit around here as such. I'm going to get that some texture black, and then so yeah, it's coming along quick, a nice quick build. Hopefully once the wind dies down today, and like I say, it's a Sunday, it's late morning. Apparently, according to Mr. Weatherman, the wind should be dying off any time after lunch. So as soon as that happens, it'll be straight upstairs, booth on, and away we go, getting some paint down. So yeah, it's the look I wanted to go for was a very sort of stealth, sort of matte flat black look as such. So it's just been primed in Mr. Surface of Black 1500, and it will be left in that, which is, as you can see, a good enough finish as it is. So the issue I had was, one second. So the issue I had was on this arch. So if it zooms in, there we go. So on this arch, when I first painted it, I was watching it dry, and I saw like a white spot. So I grabbed my microfiber towel. I thought it was dry, so I wiped it with my towel. Realised afterwards it wasn't dry, and I wiped so much paint off, and it just caused a mess. So I had to wait, I'd sand it back, repaint it. But unfortunately, where I thought I'd smoothed out the previous layers, you can still see the previous layers beside the new layers. So yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, if I'm a distance, you're not gonna, you can't see it. That's right. Yeah, we'll keep it that distance. No, I'm not bothered. It's better than what it was. It was quite bad actually. I had to resand and repaint the bonnet because it ended up with loads of muck. It actually had as well some moulded in bonnet pins. And for those who watch me regularly, I don't like moulded in bonnet pins. I'd rather have them separate because it's a nightmare when it comes to polishing and or trying to paint them. So I sanded them back using, well, basically I have some really sharp snips, cut them off, and then sanded with some 240. But I forgot to go with a higher grade, like an 8 or a 1000 grit, just to smooth it out. So once it had been primed, it was really, really rough. So I just had to sand it all back and repaint that. And again with the spoiler, I actually had an incident where I dropped it and it was wet because there wasn't much to catch on to. It's literally got 2 pins. So you can see which pin I was holding onto with the crocodile clip. And unfortunately it popped off and it landed on something and it had like a bit of a dent in the paint. So I had to wait for that to dry and then resand and then repaint that. But otherwise we are where we need to be. So for now, this is the project. I'm going to wait for the wind to die down, and then we're going to get some white primer down on the interior and then get some colours down. So yeah, happy days. Right, so everything's painted, got decals down, pushed on a little bit of chrome marker inside there for the lights. Didn't do too much, just detailed some of the buttons, scale riders decal, got the speedos in, did half textured, half plain. Made a mess of the interior trying to paint the wires. Didn't come out too good. It was all moulded in, so I thought why not. And then scale riders decals there. A little bottle, it's not actually a NOS bottle, but I thought why not. Number plate, did a zoom on number plate. It's obviously embossed as well because it's the metal photo etch plate with the decal that goes over the top. That's pretty cool. The wheels, use the circle cutter to get around the edge of the hub, and then just brushed on some rich gold on the hub lock and nut. The seat, did a bit of sticker bombing. Back of the seat, textured yellow. I actually went with the seatbelt decals as well, see how it'd look. And I can't really see. Can you see it? I don't know. But yeah, pretty happy with that. Other things like the discs. Let's get these out. Look. So again, the circle cutter come in handy to mask off the hubs. Bright aluminium rotors, antique gold hub, and then yellow for the calipers. Door cards, did it white with a black door card. That's about it really. A lot of it's black still. Yellow roll cage to match the yellow tow hooks. So yeah, I'm ready to go. Get it all together. Decided against detailing the underneath really. I'm not going to see much of it. So I'm just going to put it together. Obviously there is some bits in colour, but like the actual chassis, I'm not going to bother detailing the half of the engine. I'm not going to bother detailing like the framework because it's mostly going to be black anyway on an actual car. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it as it is. So yeah, fuel cap. So it's going to get it put together. Right, an update at the halfway point. As you can see, interior chassis. So let's start with the chassis. I didn't do, as I said, I didn't do much. You got the gearbox, you got the exhaust, and you got the running gear, the suspension, the hubs that the brakes attached to. And then just painted. I think that was some, surface of black. Gone for the bright yellow tow hook, and then in the interior, we'll be honest, I tried because they got these wires. It's all moulded in. Me and my shaky hands, we tried our best at putting them, a bit of detailing, but it's not the greatest. Never mind. I'm still happy with that. Once the body's on, it's not going to see too much. Rep that scale riders at the back there. The dash. Back of the seat, quite like the back of that seat, I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's a bit scuffy. The liquid mask got a bit here and there, a bit too everywhere. But otherwise, yeah, love it. Half textured, half smooth dash. Textured seats. The wheels. We top to touch off, there we go, look. Really happy with how they turned out. think they look ace. I love it. So yeah, that's the halfway point. So the next one is you'll see it finished. Ta-da! One quick Civic build. So I can't remember if I've mentioned it already. Excuse me. There is plenty wrong with it. There's also plenty right with it. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Very minimal underneath. Just a couple of post-scale metallics, about aluminium, steel on the exhaust, and then we've got the yellow toe. Got the zoom on number plate with the decal to match to give it that embossed look. It's really cool. And then the Scale Riders decals on the window and across the rear light. Across the top of the window is actually a kit decal. On the windows, you got the Mugen, and then the Fog Racing. Yes, there's a bit of a glue fingerprint on the back. The wheels, extremely happy with how they turned out. I did chrome the side indicators, but I think I've touched them and smudged them. I'm not too worried. The lights went together great. The actual chrome part just attached into the back of the bumper. No glue there. Painted the spot is yellow. Did the chrome marker pen for the radiator intercooler. The other toe eye. You probably see on the front lip. Let me get a bit of visual aid. So you can probably see just across there is about a bit. There we go. Look, you can see there. So what? Not too worried. Otherwise, I'm really happy with this. And as you see, the striking interior. Again, another issue is if you look at the back of the seat, where I've used a liquid mask, it's actually spilled onto where the yellow should be. So when I peeled it off, it's peeled some of the yellow off. But I'm not too worried. Grand scheme of things, you look at the wiring is all moulded in. So I tried my best to detail. Looks a bit square in places. And you got at the back as well. It's not the greatest, but it's a little something. Textured seat, decals. Decals look alright actually over that textured seat. They've come out alright. The dash, you can't really tell it at the minute. Oh, there you go. Look. Yes, and when I was scraping away the liquid mask, I've scraped a bit too hard and scraped on the paint of the dash there. But yeah, you've got surface of black and then textured black. Can't really tell there, but yeah. But otherwise, do you know what? What an absolute fantastic kit. It's one I'm definitely 110% going to build again. Maybe not that version. There is another one. It's actually a fairly new one. Scale Riders actually used it as we put on some stickers. They even put on a T-shirt, which I do have. Many thanks for that. And I probably did build that in that livery because it does look good. But yes, for wanting to build a Kanjo style Civic for so long, I'm really happy with this turned out. The colours, the black body, the white wheels with the yellow colour coordination. I just really happy. Yeah, so yeah, there it is. Quick build, super quick build. Probably taken over just over 7 or 8 days. It would have been quicker if not for messing up the wing and the bonnet. Where I spent 2 or 3 nights sanding it back and repainting it, sanding it back, repainting it. But otherwise, yeah, it's all sorted. So there we have it, a quick Kanjo Civic. Highly recommend this kit. Just to point it out again, upside down. This kit. Let me zoom out. Yeah, really good. Beemax NuNu plats. Really good kit. So if you get it, you can see it, get it, happy days, lovely stuff. So there we have it. I'm going to put some videos and pictures on, and then we're going to get ready for the next build, which Crow Customs has selected for me. We're going old school Japanese, very old school Japanese. I'm very much looking forward to that. So thanks for watching this very quick build of a Civic. See you on the next time. All the best.